Cliff Richard's story began not in the bustling streets of London, but in the city of Lucknow, India, where he was born as Harry Roger Webb on October 14, 1940. His early years were filled with warmth under the bright Indian sun, but his life would soon be marked by upheaval. As India neared its independence, his family was forced to leave the country, making the long and uncertain journey back to post-war Britain. England, still recovering from the effects of the war, presented a harsh contrast to his childhood memories in India. Despite the challenges, this period of dislocation sparked in him a deep desire to prove himself. Music became his refuge, and he turned to rock and roll as a way to channel his energy and creativity. By his late teens, Harry Webb had rebranded himself as Cliff Richard, a name that would become synonymous with British pop music. The rise of a rock star, Cliff. Richard's career skyrocketed when he, alongside his band The Shadows, released their debut single, Move It, in 1958. This rebellious, energetic track was a departure from the typical pop music of the time and marked the beginning of a new era in British music. With his raw energy and powerful stage presence, Cliff quickly became the country's first true rock and roll star. Teenagers across Britain went wild for him, and his success mirrored that of American rock icons like Elvis Presley. Cliff was more than just a pop idol. He was a cultural phenomenon who resonated with a generation eager for change. His fame brought him into the limelight, but it also brought with it the pressures of maintaining an image and identity in an ever-evolving music landscape. Cliff Richard's bold declaration of faith. At the height of his fame in the 1960s, Cliff Richard made a decision that shocked both his fans and the music industry. He publicly declared his Christian faith at a mass rally led by American evangelist Billy Graham. For many, this seemed like an unexpected move for a pop star known for his energetic, rebellious image. Record executives feared that his career would be over, believing that the clash between his faith and his rock star persona would alienate his audience. But Cliff surprised everyone by staying true to both his faith and his music. Rather than abandoning one for the other, he managed to blend the two, becoming the first major British pop star to live openly by his Christian beliefs while continuing to top the charts. This choice redefined him not only as a musician, but as a man who found peace in living authentically. Personal struggles and sacrifices. While Cliff's public image was one of confidence and charm, behind the scenes he dealt with significant personal losses. At just 21 years old, he tragically lost his father, leaving him responsible for caring for his mother and sisters. Years later, his mother's battle with Alzheimer's added another layer of emotional pain, as Cliff found himself caught between his family responsibilities and his demanding career. His relationships also suffered. One particularly heartbreaking moment came when a romantic relationship with a dancer ended, as Cliff confessed that he had to choose his career over marriage. Many other romances were similarly short-lived, undone by the pressures of his fame and the weight of his personal responsibilities. Despite these sacrifices, Cliff remained committed to both his family and his career, determined to navigate the complexities of his life with grace and resilience. The love that never was. Cliff and Olivia Newton-John. Among the many fleeting romances in Cliff Richard's life, one stands out as a poignant and unspoken love story. His deep feelings for Australian singer Olivia Newton-John. The two first met in the early 1970s when Olivia appeared on Cliff's television show. Their chemistry was instant, and their voices blended effortlessly during their performances. However, Olivia's heart was already with Bruce Welch, Cliff's bandmate from The Shadows. Their tumultuous relationship lasted 5 years, but ultimately ended in heartache. As Olivia's relationship with Bruce deteriorated, Cliff silently carried his unrequited love for her, never allowing it to interfere with his friendship or band dynamics. Years later, Cliff revealed in his autobiography that he had fallen in love with Olivia, but by the time he realized it, she had already moved on. This unfulfilled love became one of the quiet tragedies of his life. Cliff Richard's reinvention and comeback. By the mid-1970s, Cliff Richard's career appeared to be fading. He faced increasing competition from younger artists, and for the first time since his debut, he went an entire year without a hit song. Critics had begun to write him off, but Cliff refused to give up. In 1976, he released Devil Woman, a darker, edgier song that marked a dramatic shift in his musical direction. The track quickly climbed the charts, not only in Britain but also in America, where it sold over 2 million copies. This unexpected success marked Cliff's triumphant return, proving that he could still captivate audiences with his music. Legends like Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, and Elton John were among those supporting his comeback. Cliff had successfully reinvented himself, shedding his image as a teen idol and proving that he could still produce modern, relevant music. Cliff's continued success and legacy. Throughout the 1980s, Cliff Richard's career flourished once again. His 1988 hit, Mistletoe and Wine, became one of the most successful Christmas songs of all time, reaching #1 in the UK and earning platinum status. It became a holiday classic, still enjoyed by millions every year. Cliff's success continued into the 1990s, with his 100th single marking another milestone in his extraordinary career. His 1989 concert at Wembley Stadium, dubbed The Event, was a landmark moment in his career, celebrating both his beginnings and his contemporary successes. Cliff's ability to maintain relevance in the music industry over 5 decades, achieving #1 hits across 5 consecutive decades, cemented his place as one of the UK's most enduring musical icons. The battle with the music industry. Despite his remarkable comeback, Cliff Richard faced ongoing challenges from the music industry. In the late 1990s, he released The Millennium Prayer, a simple but powerful song that set the Lord's Prayer to the tune of Auld Lang Syne. However, radio stations refused to play the track, dismissing it as outdated and irrelevant to younger audiences. Despite the lack of radio support, Cliff's loyal fans rallied behind the song, and it went on to top the UK charts for 3 weeks. It was a victory not just for Cliff, but for his fans, showing that public support could overcome industry rejection. The success of The Millennium Prayer was a testament to Cliff's enduring appeal and the power of his fan base, reaffirming his place in music history. The raid and legal struggles. In 2014, Cliff Richard's world was turned upside down when police raided his home in Portugal in connection with an unsubstantiated allegation. The media frenzy that followed, particularly the BBC's coverage of the raid, made it appear as though Cliff was guilty of a crime before any investigation had even been completed. The public spectacle of the raid was humiliating, and the allegation, later proven to be false, was a devastating blow to Cliff's reputation. For nearly 2 years, police investigated the claims, but no evidence was ever found. The emotional toll on Cliff was immense, with the stress leading to health issues like shingles and insomnia. Eventually, the High Court ruled in his favor, declaring his privacy had been violated. While he received compensation, the damage to his reputation lingered, a reminder of the media's power to harm even the most beloved public figures. Cliff Richard's resilience and final triumphs. Despite the media's treatment and personal challenges, Cliff Richard's resilience remained unmatched. His career, spanning over 6 decades, had been filled with triumphs and setbacks. However, he continued to give back to society, raising millions for children's charities and remaining a beloved figure in British culture. Cliff's comeback after the raid and the success of The Millennium Prayer proved that, despite the ups and downs, he had the strength to persevere. With over 250 million records sold worldwide and numerous accolades, including a knighthood, Cliff Richard's legacy is one of unwavering determination. His story is not just one of fame and fortune, but of a man who faced personal tragedies, media betrayals, and public rejection, yet continued to rise above it all with grace and resilience.